Hello and welcome. I think I'm live. My computer is slow today. Welcome. I'm Linda Israel, if you didn't know that. Thank you so much for being here for my live stream. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you are having an amazing day. I don't know what's going on here. I think my computer is going really slow. I rebooted it earlier, hoping it would fix its issues, but apparently it's still going to be cranky. So hopefully you can see me. Julie, I'm glad you're here. And let's see, I was gone last week because we were trying to deal with my vehicle that's still in Texas, but we're on the good side of getting it repaired with a different mechanic. So hopefully they will let us know by the end of the week if it's ready so we can go back and pick it up. And I am still working on this huge journal, and it is so big that it barely fits in the camera view. It is a 12 by 12 journal page, each one. There are, I reduced it. There are 6 two-sided pages. So that's 6 times 4, right? So that would be 24. pages. So we have done the first page and we've done the second page. When we left last week, we were working on this grouping here with the little fairy and the butterflies. Off camera, I went ahead and made this little folio. I am out of pink cardstock. I didn't have any left. I looked and looked and looked, so I must have used it all. And so I was trying to figure out what should I do. I took a piece of white cardstock, and at first I sprayed it with Tattered Angels, and it wasn't the right shade of pink. And I played with it some more, and I ended up using some pink acrylic paint and sprayed it a little bit with some distress or with some Tattered Angels and allowed that to dry. And then once that dried, I did do some stenciling and some stamping so that we have this little booklet that we can write on the outside or on the inside. Yeah, exactly. I'm not, Julie. We're working on it. Hopefully when the new mechanic is done, we'll have like an itemized list of what he did and basically showing the negligence of the previous mechanic, and we are going to file a lawsuit against him because that's what he deserves. So on this side, I went ahead and I cut a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock down to fit this little image, and I thought what we'd do to start off with is we would do some stamping. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Pardon me. I think this is still wet. This was the piece of paper I used to paint my page, and I think I don't want to stamp on the back side. I only want to stamp on this front side around the edges. So I'm going to get the archival inkjet black and the henna rose. What are you doing, Dante? You want to say hello? All right, come here. Whoa. Can you see the Dante? Yes, there he is. Hi. 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 I love you too. Yes. I love you too. Yes. Poodle has a long tongue. Yes, he does. Hi. I love you too. Okay. I love you too. Keep your tongue to yourself. Thank you. Yes. Keep your tongue to yourself. Thank you. Yes. Uh-huh. He likes to be close to me. He's down here at my feet. All right, get in your little bed. Get back up there. Good boy. Lay there. He is 6 months old now. You're a good boy. He says, I don't want to be a good boy. I want to be into everything. Hey, Michelle, welcome. All right, so I'm just going to stamp around the edges that are going to be visible behind the digital image from Calico Collage. And this is textured cardstock, so I'm noticing that my image isn't perfect, but it'll work. It'll work. So what did y'all do this past, well, now 2 weeks since I've been here? Did y'all have a good couple of weeks? Do anything exciting? I'd love to hear what you did. We drove 8 hours. I always thought it was less, but Henry kept saying, no, it's 8 hours. On Sunday is when we left, and we stayed the night, Sunday night, so that we could get our car out of the other mechanic, the bad mechanic's care, custody, and control. And we took Dante with us. He did really well in the hotel room. We weren't really sure how he was going to do, and it was a hotel that did allow dogs. And there were a couple of dogs that Dante heard barking, and so he barked back. So we had to kind of, don't bark. But he did really well. He seemed to be happy being with us. So I was glad that we were able to take him with us. Yeah, I wasn't live last week, Michelle, because I was in Texas. So I'm here this week. All right, so I'm going to put this guy in here. And I cut a piece of cardstock that is blue and put it here. Why don't we add a little fabric tab to that? I just saw I have this little piece. So let me take my scissors. I'm going to cut a little piece of this. And then we'll go over to my sewing machine and I'll stitch it. So I'm getting there where I'm using these pieces of fabric. And I'm thinking just kind of putting it on one side right here. And I'm just going to stitch over that. So let's go with the sewing machine. Last week was your first good week to our JJ class at the library. Oh, nice. Oh, you get to see the inside of my drawer. I guess my camera got moved. There we go. Are we not? All right now. This should be not. Why does it seem like it's in the dark today? All right, we're just going to stitch a zigzag stitch across here to hold that fabric into place. Just like that. Just a little piece of fabric. Come on, computer. It's going really slow. So I'm glad you had a good class, Michelle. That sounds awesome. Okay, come on, computer. So I'm just going to pop this in this pocket over here. And this is a rubber stamped card that I made. And then this is one of Calico Collage's images. It's actually supposed to be domino size, but I cropped I think a group of 6 of them, and I asked my printer to print them larger, and I like the way that looks. Wow. So Julie says she heard from a lady who owns a scrapbook cottage that the company that ships out all of their art and craft supplies like Ranger and all the others had a major fire, and we're going to run out of everything in the shops and online shops, and it could be over a year or more before we get it back. Wow. You painted 3 days? Oh, fun. On your gel plate? Nice. Okay, I think I want to put some a sentiment on here. I have some fabric pieces. I saw these earlier. I think like this pink, and I have this little blue. So let's get a couple of word phrases. I stamped a whole bunch today. I'm going to grab. Let's see. There's beauty and simplicity. And how about never stop exploring? Those would be good. I think I need my fabric scissors. And I'm going to cut this one. And I think I'm just going to put it on this side. And then we'll do this one on the blue over here. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so there, y'all can barely see that, I'm sure, but I am running out of space this way. I need to, I guess, clear off to the sides because I have a cabinet that kind of starts. I don't know if y'all can see. If I go straight this way, there's a little cabinet, and so it has all kinds of stuff on it. All right, I'm going to glue this to the fabric. A little loose thread. And then we'll glue this piece down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what were you painting on your gel plate? What did you end up making? I think that's something that I want to be doing sometime soon, is do some more gel printing. It's been a while. Okay, I got that one done. And I'm going to do this side. I've been trying to use up a lot of my stuff, and I was noticing that I could probably sit down and make a list of what kinds of papers, colors to make for gel printing, because I have a tendency to lean towards certain colors and I use them all up. Okay. You know, Jennifer's not here. I wonder where she is. I talked to her a few days ago, but I haven't talked to her since. Oh, and over here I had a scrap left over of this little paper, so I stuck it in that pocket. And these are a couple of the images from the musical Botanica. Music Botanica or musical? I don't remember. I should ask her where she is. Where is Jennifer? If I can find her. There she is. Where are you? She'll probably reply, "Hey, Connie, how are you?" You threw different colors and stencils on to see what it would look like for science, of course, and use some. Oh, cool. How fun, fun, fun. Okay, so this page is done, and I've kind of collected things for other pages. So since I've got these two pages, I'm going to flip to the back, and we did this page. Oh, another thing I did was I came in here with some tulip dimensional glitter paint, and I added a little bit to the flowers so they have a little bit of a shimmer on there. And this page was done. Okay, so here we are. So I kind of grabbed a few things that I thought would look good on this page setting. So this time we're going to do blue on blue and kind of pink on pink. So let me move some things aside that I had picked. The first thing I want to do is work on adding a napkin to this page. I'm trying to decide if I can smooth it out a little bit. I think there's still ply. There we go. So do I want to... I was trying to see which way works better. I think I want this to kind of be seen at the top, and then I'll probably trim off the excess. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take out this page so I can work on it. So I'll move this over here. Stay. Okay. So this page, we did that over there, is going to go here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and use some glue stick. I think this is not the purple kind. Is this the purple kind? There's the purple kind. We'll use that one first and see if I can get the lid off. Okay. Try to get a good, generous amount all the way over. If you don't have the glue stick, if you're quick, you can use glue and a paintbrush and paint on the glue. You just have to do it quickly and with a nice thin even coat so that when you put your napkin down it will stick. So I'm going to try to position this before I push it down. I didn't get all the way to the edge, but I'm okay with that. Got a little bubble in there. Come on. All right, and I'm just going to flip this over. And I think I'll use my rotary cutter to cut the excess off. All right, so I got that off the top. Let's do the other side. Okay. And then this side I need to cut off, but I need to be really careful and not cut the spine of my folded page. Okay. Hi, Dante. You come to investigate what I'm doing, buddy? Okay. Jennifer says she's here. It's a napkin, yes. So I just glued the napkin down on top of the book pages that I had there. And I just peeled off one of the layers. I'll save that, who knows. Okay, so then, what do I got going on here? I have a bunch of different things. I already kind of made this a pocket, so my thought was to put that across the page here. And I found a piece of pink cardstock that I thought would be pretty, having it poke out. And I had a little piece of this lace left, so I was thinking about putting it here. And then I have this little piece that I thought could be a pocket, and I could put this behind there. And then this had lace wrapped around it, and I thought that could be another little pocket over there. And then I had this little piece. Oh, this goes on the other side. And then I had this little piece that could go in there. And I don't think I need this. I got it out because I thought I would want it behind, but I think the napkin is enough, so I don't need that. I do have a little journal card that I thought could put in here. So let's work on adding these pockets. So the first thing I want to do is glue this one down as a pocket. So I'm just going to go down the side here. I think this was something that I got when I was doing a swap, and they sent me some lace. All right, so that's going to go in that pocket. And this is going to be a pocket up here. So let's go ahead and glue it into place, and then I can work on the other piece. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your donations and just for showing up, your thumbs up, sharing this with your friends or your enemies, I guess. All right, so I'm just adding a little bit of glue. I glued a book page to the back of this image. I think this is from the Bella Rose kit. I can't remember. Gives a nice little layered effect. I didn't add a gusset. I don't think I need to because this piece isn't as wide, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down on the bottom here. And then we will find some things to add to the embellishments. So I just add a little bit of glue. Okay. All right, so now I need to work on this piece. So what I want to do is glue this across here. I think I'm just going to do it just inside, and I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac glue and glue that on the back. Just trying to put a few dots. Of glue. Okay. Okay. There we go. Pretty little lace. I have a little bit left. I may use it somewhere else. We'll see. Okay, so this is going to go in here. I have a little pink butterfly. Oh, let's get a label to put on there. I have, is that what we want? Do we want something that big? If this is going to go over here. Let's look. Let's take a look at the supplies. See if there's something in there. So instead, if we were to do maybe this, put the little butterfly in the corner like that. I think that might look good. Let's see what this looks like. That looks good. I have the word believe, and I was thinking of putting it, if this is in here, I could put it on there and it won't get covered up. Naomi, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Linda, glue and cut out stamp. What stamp? All right, I'm going to put this right here. I like that. I'm going to add some distress inks. Do I want to make that pink? Maybe. Maybe that's what we should do. I'm going to try that. I die cut a bunch of stuff years ago, and I happened to find a few of the die cuts that I had made as I was cleaning and rearranging. I thought this would be a good one. I think that works. I know it kind of blends in just a little bit, but in person I can see it. Do I want to put something else behind it? I don't think I have. It's a piece of fabric. I was just going to audition it. You know, let's see if I have a scrap of pink paper. I have this mixed media piece. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should cut that. Oh, a black and white. The pink that I'm using is the picked raspberry. You think I should put blue? Well, see, the opposite page is going to be blue, Naomi. So this is the opposite page here, and it's going to have all the blue on it. So in this particular grouping, I wanted pink on one side and blue on the other. Gems might be good. Creative. Okay, yeah. Kitsch Flamingo. Oh, no, it was picked raspberry. Picked raspberry. And I've also got blueprint sketch out here to use. Okay, do I want to do that? I think what I'm going to do is cut a strip of this. All right, so then after I cut it, now do I want to just kind of make a little border? Put this back in my pile of pink stuff. I think that helps that lacy piece stand out a little better. Well, I try to every so often. Of course, there's no pink on here really. There is hardly any pink on here. To kind of calibrate my camera. It's always different, it seems. Oop. I will need that again. All right, let's put this back. I'm going to glue that on top using some Fabri-Tac. Make it pink. No, make it blue. Make it pink. Make it blue. Yeah, you get what I give. Trying to put a little bit of glue on there. This is a gel print, so I'm trying to use the Fabri-Tac glue. There. Yeah, I'll have a blue page next. All right, so that's just regular, so I can use regular glue. All right, let's put that kind of in the middle. All right, I think the butterfly with the little label will be good right here. So we're going to glue that down. Okay. Put that right here. Glue this. All right, so then this, I have to put everything back. This goes here. So this page goes in between. I think I'd messed up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I kind of see all the things now. All right, so now we're going to work on the blue side. This goes in here. I'm waiting for this glue to dry. And these go in the pocket. Okay. So on this side, I have a few things that I selected that I thought would work together. I kind of paper clipped them so I could remember what I wanted to use. Okay. Over here, I had this piece of cardstock that I trimmed down. I think this is one way. This is the way I went. And I thought, well, I will make a pocket on the bottom and on the top here. And these items would go in the bottom, and these items would go in the top. So I need to glue this down far enough that these pieces can go inside the pocket but not stick out the page. Did I not glue that down? I guess I didn't glue that down. Okay. So I need to come down just a smidge. Okay, so that'll fit in there. And I didn't get this glued down. I guess I didn't put any glue on it. I just laid it on top of. There. All right, so that's going to go there. I need to put this one down along the bottom here. These are from some of Calico Collage's images. I think this one's called So She Did. And then I think this one's from like her blue bonnets that she has. Yeah, some people have a pink car. Everything pink. Don't want to do everything pink, huh? Okay, sorry, I'm out of shot. Alrighty, so now these elements are going to go in that pocket. These elements are going to go in that pocket. And then I had a couple other little elements, and I was thinking about putting this on the page. And then this is a laser cut image, and I like the little flowers. I had this little piece of lace, but it kind of blends right in. It doesn't stick out very well. I've got a little blue butterfly. We could do another label. Yeah. Bubble bath made you sleepy? Kind of put it in the middle like that. The little forget-me-nots. I don't know where that came from. It was just a piece of paper that someone had given me, and I was like, oh, well, I'll use that. And then these digital images are from Calico Collage. All right, I think I'm going to glue this one here. And I was thinking of putting one of these here and maybe one there. I don't want to poke it down too far in case there's still wet glue. Forget-me-nots. I wanted to come down a little bit on the page. I think, do we want to put it in the middle? Yeah, we'll put it in the middle. I've tried to plan out a little better about what I wanted to put on the pages as best I could without doing all the work at this, behind the scenes. I'm just touching the glue lightly to this chipboard piece. Okay, thinking kind of in this corner. All right, we need some bling, right? Because I didn't put any bling on the pink side, and I want to put a little bling on the blue side. There. All right, bling. Let's see what we got here. I got some big bling. Trim away some of the excess here. Okay, so I'm going to just snip these. Pick one off. And let's just kind of put some here and there. Little bling. Put some here. This journal, all the writing space is removable, so I can do a little bit more with adding bumpy stuff to the pages. Put one here. All right, so I put one on either side here. I put one there. There's one here. Let's put one over here. Maybe like that. Put some things away. Bath salts. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that may be dry enough. And this was a gel print in the background, and I just layered some images and added some paper to the back. Okay, and then this one will go over here. Let me want this darker blue one, easier to see. Let's put a rhinestone on there, but I think I want a smaller one. I think that size is smaller. Oh, they're the same. Where? Oh, where? That one's smaller. Here it is. There's the ones I want. They were trying to hide from me. There. There we go. We add a little bit. Oh, I think I need on this one. Adding bling. Okay. There's been bling added. Bedazzle everything. I saw a lady that bedazzled her whole car. She's got rhinestones from the hood to the tailpipe. She even put rhinestones on her wheels. Yeah, there it is. Jennifer's talking about the white car. All right. So there. So we kind of go from the back of the book. There's this page. These two pages where I put pink on top of the blue, blue on top of the pink. And then here we did blue on top of blue and pink on top of pink. And you know what? Since I'm already on this side of the book, let's just go here. So I've got a couple things that I pulled out because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Let's start on the pink side. So this is a pocket that I made a while back using up a bunch of scraps. And then inside I have a little journal card that you can write on the back of. And then this is supposed to be a pocket, but I was trying to decide if what I wanted to do was make a side pocket. I'm not in frame. Let me get in frame so y'all can see better. Making a side pocket over here and then making this fit in the pocket, or gluing it on top of the pocket and then be able to put bigger stuff behind it. For example, I have a mop-up page that I just grabbed and was sticking in here as another source of paper to cut or use. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to decide here. Let me do this. Let me add some distress inks to this pink piece. I think I had all this paper clipped together on the opposite side. All right. Let me move things over. And then I had these little page flags that I was thinking of using as a tuck spot. Not on the tires, just on the wheels. On the metal part. Like it? Okay. Yeah, not on the tires. But she put bling all over her car. Just adding some distress ink here. Okay, so I was thinking of putting this here along the page edge. I happen to have this little snippet where I punched some paper. So I was thinking, do I glue that? And then this back portion would be a pocket. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this piece down first, and then I'm going to glue a section of this on here. You would be embarrassed to drive a car that was covered in bling? Oh, I think it would be fun. It's not something I would want to do, but I just know that bling doesn't always stick very well. And I think it took her, I don't know, weeks, months to put it together. All right, I'm going to put this kind of in the middle. Okay. 10K to do the whole car. Wow. Do it. Okay, I'm thinking of putting this here and then gluing this. I think I'm going to glue this to where it starts here. Put a little glue right along this edge. All right, to help this so that paper doesn't snag on this portion, I'm going to get some packing tape. And tape right along here. So it will go in and not catch on that. I think I'm going to leave a little bit of the border of the decorative paper behind and then glue this down. Some people have too much money. Yeah. Yeah, better. 10,000 is a lot. I would not have spent that much on it. That's for sure. I would be like, how much is this going to cost me? I don't think I want to do that. The bills. I gotta pay the bills. And I'm just gonna kind of give it a little border. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to use that one. I don't see. So this can, stuff can go behind. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue these on the side, top and bottom, top and side, top and side, top and side, to make it a little better tuck spot, but not all the way to the edge. Okay. Do the same thing here. All the puppies. Got to have room for the dogs. Okay. This can go over here. Smush it. Okay, so these are going to go there. For now, I'm just going to stick this behind, let that poke out. I may kind of dig around and see what other paper I want to put behind there, but I thought that would look good for the time being. Okay, why is the camera flashing out? Stop that. Quit. Too much white. All right, maybe that'll be better. All right, so now I've got some blues. So I found this piece of blue that I thought could be a pocket. And then I saw this little piece. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use that. And then I found this little piece. And this has a mark on it, but I thought maybe I could fold this in half and maybe add something to it. And then this could be in the pocket there. I think I'm just going to go ahead and fold this in half. So we'll put something over that. But I was going to put that in here. And then these are going to go on that side. And then I had these images. I'm missing something. I think I was going to glue some other paper down. Because I feel like I want some more blue behind here. So, I'm going to look at my stash. I've got this blue paper. I don't have a blue that covers the whole thing. So maybe I just see a digital image from Calico Collage. So I was going to put that on one side. And then I saw a skinny piece that I could put down over here. I know it's covering up the book page, but I'm okay with that. I want a little more color. And so this piece would go, we'll probably put it down here. And then this would go under it. And then this would go up here. And then I have a couple of other images that I grabbed that we could use. I've got some musical stickers. So we can use those on this side. Was this the paper? I don't think I had a blue stripe, but I like that. I don't think I want that one. Okay, I think what I need to do is choose, and I'm kind of thinking if I do that, I can put a card in this pocket. So I'm going to add some distress inks to these pieces, and maybe we should do some stamping. I need to find something to cover that portion up. I could use another piece of paper. I just saw this. I could cut a piece of that to go on the front. And then maybe get this little butterfly circle. Which one of those sticks out better? Okay. And then let's do this one. Black and white stamps. That's what I have here. Okay, I got an idea of something I want to try. Okay, that's going to go in there. This is going to go on top. Rubber stamp. All right, I got a rubber stamp. I'm going to move this over here for a minute. I got a piece of cardstock. And I have some archival ink. All right, I'm going to stamp this over here. I'm going to stamp it a couple more times just so I have it so I can fussy cut it later. All right, fussy cut. Put the fabric scissors away. I'm just going to quickly fussy cut this out. And I'm guessing you didn't want me to color this. You wanted me to leave it white. I might add some yellow to the centers of the flowers. Fussy cut. Okay. This was called, I think it was called Flax. It is one of my rubber stamps. Trying to do this quickly. Watching close. I need to do a bunch more fussy cutting because I'm running low on the ones that are already cut out. Okay, clean. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Ooh. So that was called Flax. That was the rubber stamp I used. Okay. I could just glue that on there. I'm going to add some distress inks to it though. Glad y'all are hanging out with me while I create. I think that works. I was going to put something else on top of it, but I think that works okay. Let me put that on there. I think I want to stamp down this edge. All right, first I'm going to glue down this pocket so that the glue can be, oh, I guess I need to glue down the pages below it. Because I used book pages, these papers are kind of thin, so that's why I'm kind of collaging more over the top of them. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this down. Leave a little bit of a border. And then I was just going to put this over the top of it. I don't know. I could. I have a little bit of washi tape. I think I'm going to put some washi tape along this edge. So I see this one looks like music. Okay, I'm going to put down some glue stick. Y'all can't probably see that, but I think this glue stick is done. Just putting a little bit across the bottom here, which will help strengthen up that edge. All right, so now when I put this down, let's go ahead and do the top too. Okay. There we go. And I'm using up this washi tape that I've had forever. I may need to stand up though so I can see. Okay, so that goes all the way across. There. I used washi tape. Yeah, there's some of them that they just tear up, so I throw them away too when they get bad like that. Okay, so there. Now we've got a nice covering on the page. So now I can glue this down. Okay. I guess I got a little piece of tape stuck to me. Smooth it out. Okay. There. Now, this is going to be a pocket over here. So when I glue that down, this was some handmade paper I got in a grab bag years ago, and every once in a while I come across a piece of paper that was in that grab bag and try to use it on something. So Creative Nana, she says, did you try microwaving it or freezing it for a bit? So if you have washi tape that doesn't come off the spool, it kind of rips, try one and then the other. I had one that was a long time ago that it was bad. It just refused to tear straight. It just kept coming off in little strips. Okay, put that there. And I was thinking of putting this at the top, but I think it needs something behind there. So I'm going to stamp. All right, let's do this. Do I want to do it straight in the middle? Yeah, I think that gives it a little nice touch. All right, let's glue that down. So that's going to go in this pocket. I'm not going to poke it all the way down in there. And then these are going to go over here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those so they'll be drying. You have purchased new washi that won't come off the spool? Well, she says put it in the freezer or microwave it. See if that makes it come off. You like that henna rose? That's one of my favorites. I use it a lot. Okay. Go over this side. Okay. So this is going to go there, that's going to go there, and we've got this little guy. I want to put something here. I was going to stamp, but I have... Maybe I'll stamp and put the ribbon on. Why not? Okay, do I want to do the henna rose stamp? Let me see. Oh, I can't envision the thing that I want to use. I don't know if this is big enough. No, it is not. I think I'm going to stamp these leaves And I'm going to put away this stamp. Okay. So I was thinking I could stamp this down the edge and then put this here. So do I want a straight line? Or do we want it to feather over? Let's just do a straight line. I mean, we'll have it feather over. That's what I was going to say. It's kind of hard to stamp on top of lots of papers, but I'm doing it. Okay. Now, if I take this image and put it here, how's that? Woo! Creative Nano won some junk books. Okay. I think this will work, I hope. Did I not make my pocket big enough? It's not going to stick down in there all the way. So I may have to just barely put it in there. I should have put gussets on this. But I can have room for one more. And I thought I saw, I don't know if I had any more cards in here that were already made. I have this little faux letter that someone gave me out of some coffee dyed paper. Okay, that'll work. Well, I'm sad. I wished I would have made this have a gusset on it. Maybe what I can do is unglue this side, and that'll let my card go down in there better. So I'm just going to let that dry for a moment. Okay. So whenever you make a pocket, they have a piece that folds around. That's what you glue down. You've seen me do it several times. I'm trying to find one that's, I had some over here the other day. So like this little piece of paper that comes around and you glue to that, and that allows you to be able to use the full width of your pocket. Putting tabs on there. Yeah. Yeah, some more can fit in it. You got it. All right, that should be drying. That's going to go there. This one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. This one goes here. And then these are going to go in there. So we're getting there. Trying to line up my pages. All right, so there's another page set done. Do I want to go to the other side? Because this was 1, 2, 3, and the 4 is the back. Yeah, let's go over this way. Okay, We did this one last time we were together. So now I have this pink paper, and I have this blue and this blue. I have a little piece of lace and a little piece of fabric that I thought we could use on there. And then on this side, this is already on the page, the scrapbook paper. And I have these two pockets that are from, I think it's the Bella Rose or it's the Garden Party, but I think it's the Bella Rose. And I was thinking of putting it across the bottom here. And then this is papers that I put together to be a journal page, but I thought I could just poke that into the pocket. How's that? Okay, drink. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down. And there's going to be enough room that if I want to add more papers to this page, I can. Okay, what I want to do is leave a little bit of a border on each side. So maybe right about there. Wiping away the excess glue. And then we'll do this side. Now this one will be much more simpler because I'm using these pocket pieces. Gonna let that dry. Okay. So while that's drying, I was thinking of doing something over here. Let me get my fabric scissors. If I go all the way edge to edge, I don't know if I should put that in the middle. But let's get some word phrases. We could do destiny is calling right there. And I have another little butterfly that we could put on. More embellishments. And then this is a pocket here. That has a unicorn in it, but I think those... Oh, here's one that has the gussets. See? The little tabs. So we'll be able to use the whole pocket. All right, I'm trying to decide, before I glue that down, would this... Do we want a little bit of some fake lace there? We have this there. I could cut this in half. Trying to line it up because it's a repeating pattern. All right, let's cut this in half. All right, so what if I put this on the bottom and put this coming out the top, and then this card that'll kind of stick out a little bit. Can add a little bit of distress inks to these pieces so that they're not so stark white. And I'm using a paper doily. Okay. And I think I'm going to glue this down. I like the way that looks. I could put Be the Light down there. Okay. Glue it down. I'll put a little bit on here. I think what happened was on one of the other pages that I'm going to show y'all, I don't know if it'll be today or next week, I used some of this lace that I have in my hand, and this was the piece that was left over when I cut it down. Gold edges. Well, I can see if I see my silver pen. I usually have a gold leaf pen. So let me see if I can find it. All right, let's put that here. And then this can go right in the middle. Some loose threads. Okay. Take this out for a moment. Let's glue this one down. Ah, you were short through your washi tape. I saw a post on Facebook in one of the groups that someone had taken all their washi tape off of the round cardboard pieces, and then they put them on playing cards because they're coated and they wouldn't stick because it took up less room. All right, I should put that there and this here. I got to see if I can find my gold leafing. Do I want to put that closer? I'm going to put it closer. All right, let's see. Gold pens. Gold pens. I just had some. Found it. All right, let me get some scrap of paper. And, all right, so which end is which? That's like a fine point. That's a bigger end. All right, well, let's see what happens. I can't see very well, so you're just going to have to let it do what it does. I probably should have started with a clean piece of paper under my doily. Okay, so that has some gold on the edge. Can you see that? Probably not. There. I guess what I could have also done is looked for a gold doily. This is a pen that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's just a gold leafing paint marker. Okay. Yeah, I know it's a lot of work to move them. Because I spent a lot of time removing my bolts of ribbon off of the cardboard and put them on these because it takes up so much less room storing them this way than with those cardboard inserts. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to glue this bottom piece on here. And then this piece, I'll glue it down and then I'll lay this over the top of it. I kind of want it somewhat centered. I haven't glued the page down yet. I've just been gluing on top. Okay, let's glue this one down. So right about here. And then I'm going to glue this piece down using the gussets. I'll put some glue on the doily. And then I should be able to line this up right with the edge. There. All right. And what I haven't done is I haven't glued the whole thing down. Yeah, it's so much easier to reduce the size of that ribbon bulk, getting rid of that cardboard insert. I had, I don't know, 4 big drawer bins full of ribbon, and when I switched it over to the little cardboard pieces, I was able to put them inside those 12 by 12 iris snap shell cases for storage, and it just is so much better. I kind of got crooked, but I think it'll be okay. Okay. So this piece is going to go in here. And this one's going to go in here. And this one will go in here. But I'm going to wait because that one's still wet. And then over here, I think we need something else. Now, something I had out earlier, but I couldn't quite figure out. What if I were to put this on the page? Maybe like that. And then when this is removed, or when it's in there, it pokes out. I think I like that. You're stuck? Oh, no. So this is what I did. I'll show you. And because I did this, I used more of it. So I have this 12 by 12 iris thing, and I used some leftover things that I had, and I made little channels, and then I just wrapped all the ribbon and took them off the spools, and it makes it so much easier because I can go by color and go, oh, I want a turquoisey color, I want a green color, and then I've got other bins that have the other colors in there as well. And I tend to use it more because I can go right to it. All right, let's glue this down. All right. Try to put this maybe right about there. There. Yeah, I just cut pieces of cardboard, chipboard. I think these were I don't remember the size, 2.5 by 2 inches, because that was the depth of that iris container, so that I could put them in there, and if they got really thick, it still would fit, and they're upright so I could see all the colors. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, now I'm having problems. Why are you giving me problems today? Well, you know what? If you're going to fight me, I'm going to get a different piece of paper and not even use you. Do I want this darker, please? Yeah, why not? I'll measure this. Let me get a different ruler out. That's what I do. I want this one. Okay. So if I make it 3.5 inches, this should fit. And I'm going to trim it, whatever that mark is. So this will fit in there, and I'll round the corners, and let's put some fabric or something on the top. How's that? Okay. There you go. She says she cuts cards like 2.5 by 2.5 squares and makes 5 rows in a 12 by 12 box. There you go. You never thought of using boxes? You had yours in a strawberry crate box, and that was hard to store in itself. Yeah, you know, you have to figure out what works best for you. My case was that little unit, and that was given to me by someone. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those little cubby things in there, and I just adapted to what I was wanting to use it for. So it's so much easier for me to keep track of my ribbon. I think I have 1 or 2 of that same thing that has some washi tape in it, but I don't tend to use the washi tape as much. So I'm glad I did today. Yeah, I have a lot of it. Well, like I said, I have several of those. And it just amazes me how much it takes. This is another one. This is my yellow and red. I mean, it takes up so much less space this way than it does with them on those cardboard wheels. And I like sorting them by color. Okay, so this one is going in here. We used fabric there. I've got another piece of this fabric. Where did I put it? Right in the middle. I'll stitch it real fast. All right, so that'll go in there. And we've got a little flower we can put on there. Let's put a little flower on there. Oh, and I guess we need some bling. Use it up. Put a little piece of bling right there. Okay. I didn't use a music note on the other page, did I? So this is going to go here. And if we come up with other papers, we can stick them back behind. Let's put some bling on this. Maybe like right here and over here. There. And then I didn't put bling on the other page, did I? We had talked about it. And I was going to use some a different music thing. Do we want another music thing over here? I think I'm just going to put bling. I was thinking about, although I could put like this little trumpet in the middle, like this, so I can use it. You got to use it, use it, use it! And then let's put some bling on the page. Maybe I'll get some of the little bling. Little bling! I have one here. Little bling. I want to do it on the butterfly. That's way too much. So we'll put these. Let's put some right here. And I think I got that too big, but this one should work. Right here. That's used up. Put some bling. And I put a little bling there. Okay, that looks good. All right, so how many we got left? One. It's 5:19. Do I want to go back the other way? Yeah, let's see. Which one do I want to do next? I think I want to do this one next. Okay. So over here, I grabbed a whole bunch of things. Oh, here's the page with the lace on it. Yeah, you can stack them sideways too. My yeah, a minimum of a 12. You'd be surprised how much you can fit in there, Sheila. You really would. I think if I don't know, those Iris containers came with a shelving unit, and they are stacked one on top of the other and slide out like drawers. I like that better than stacking physical boxes because, number one, it makes it difficult when you want the one in the middle. You have to either pull them all off or you have to worry about an avalanche, and it destroys the boxes because the one on the bottom is holding the weight of all the ones above. So that's why I like, yeah. So I like not having to unstack things. That's part of the reason why, this unit behind me, I ended up putting drawers in it because it's so much more helpful to pull the drawer out and get what I want as opposed to try to unstack things. All right, so this page has got a lot going on. I don't know if I'm going to use this paper, but I got it out. So on this one, here's that lace that I use on another page. I was thinking of putting it on here and making this a big giant pocket. I know that's my go-to sometimes. I have this pretty image from Calico Collage that I could put on something else so that it fits into there, or I could glue it directly down on the page. I have this that could be a pocket. I don't know. Another thing I could do is I did a big card and put this on top of it. I could put a pocket in the actual card that would slide under here. So these are the pieces I have. I think what I'm going to do is look for do I want to get an 8.5 by 11 and make it an 8.5-inch square? I might have some pink in 8.5 by 11. I'm looking. Ooh. Oh. Huh. Oh, this is really thin paper. I don't know. I might use that somewhere. I'll put that over there. I have a real pale pink that maybe what we could do is make a little collage. And then this would tuck into the pocket. I don't know. Then you could write on the whole back side. I could just cut. Do I want it this way or this way though? If I did it that way, that would really fill up the page. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is trim this down to be just a smidge shorter and not as wide as this 8.5 by 11. And I'll glue this on there. So I want to take off 1/2 inch. I think that's right. Let's see if that's enough. I think that works, you know, all the way around. So now I have these little strips. Who knows, we can use it somewhere else. So this was going to go in here as a big giant card. And I was thinking of putting this on the front. I could make it a pocket here. I don't know. I think I'm going to do something like that. I keep getting messages. What now? Jennifer had a question. Can you share the link for that iris stock? Yeah, I don't know if they still carry it, but yes, I'll share. I don't know if they still carry it. Iris. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get it. Iris. Oh, of course, the internet's going to go really slow. Let me see if I find it. Yeah, I don't see that. Stacked. Because like I said, I've had mine for a long time. Yeah, I did a quick search trying to find it, and I don't see, stacked container. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. And it may be something I can find if I get away from Amazon. Clam shell. Of course, no images whatsoever. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and look it up. I'll let y'all know if I find it. Let me close this back down. Okay. I'm going to add some distress inks to these edges. Did you? Okay. Now the ones behind me are boxes that I made behind me. And I bought boxes that would fit inside the cubby holes when I would cut the top flaps off. So these are all open top drawers. And then I added the drawer pull to it on the fronts. I wrapped paper around the boxes to finish them off. Okay, I'm going to do these two sides. Yeah, they go on sale all the time. I just don't think that they sell the storage rack anymore for those containers. That's why I was looking to see if it had it as one whole unit. I guess if you're savvy enough, you could make a wooden frame and then put like 1x2 pieces of wood every so often so that you can slide these in there. So these behind us, these are boxes that I cut down and folded the flaps to the inside, and then I wrapped some paper on the outside fronts so the sides aren't done, goes to the bottom, and then I added this little drawer pull. So I made all of these and I got them off of Amazon. Okay, that's gonna go on there. I was thinking of putting that on there. And I think I want to put paper on the back to make a pocket. So I'm going to glue these. Yes, I'm going to glue these down. And then let's look for some paper. And then the actual unit was a mail sorting cabinet that I got at my job when I worked for a big insurance company years ago. You found it? Okay, cool. Did you? Well, how did you send it? Did you send it Facebook or did you send it text? I can open up my messages. Loading, please wait. Jennifer, she goes honk honk. Okay, yeah, this is a cart. That's pretty cool. I guess if you don't put the wheels on it, you could put it on a shelf like I did. I'm waiting on my computer. Loading, loading, please wait. Loading, loading, please wait. It's thinking. Come on, computer. All right, I think I need to find What do you want? Do you need to go out now? I think Dante needs to go outside. You want to go outside? Okay, I'll be back. You have to hurry. I guess he's been tearing up paper behind me and I didn't notice it. He is such a good dog. He went outside instead of, pottying in my house. All right, I think I got the link. So this is the Iris unit. So it's the same thing that I have. And that was on Amazon. And that Amazon link is just my affiliate link. If you purchase it, great. If you purchase something else, that's good too. It gives me a little bit of a commission, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. Okay, so I want to put a piece of paper on the back side to be a pocket. Let me look through. I have this paper. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is cut a piece of this to put here so that we can put stuff in the pocket, like these, other elements that I've got messed up here. I could put other things in the back side. So, trim this. I'm going to make it 4 inches. Save that. I think I'm going to score 1/2 inch across the top so I can fold that edge over. Dante's crafting too. He was down here tearing up a piece of paper. Okay, so my idea was I'd put this right here, like that. I'm going to add some more distress inks to these pieces. I'm trying to hurry. I got to get off here pretty quick. All right, I'm going to go see if he's ready to come back in because I shut the door because it's really hot. He did not want to come back inside. Yes, I did put in a doggy flap, but see, my interior door is a big heavy metal door, and we couldn't put the flap in it. But there's an exterior other door, and during the summer months, it's too hot to leave the interior door open. Just put a little bit of glue on here. All right. Glue this into place. I'll let that dry for a moment, and then I'm going to go back in and stitch all the way around. And when I do, that'll also close my pocket. So let's go ahead and figure this out. I think what I want to do is position this on here, glue it into place, and then I'll glue down my pocket. So I guess we'll go like, actually I need to do the other glue, not this glue, because that lace won't always stick. Okay. Now Dante didn't want to come back in. I went to the door to get him and he wasn't waiting on me. So I had to yell for him. And then the little stink took off going the other direction. And I was like, no, come here. So apparently come here is not in his vocabulary. He thinks that means we're supposed to run away. But if I say sit, he's really good about sitting. And then I can walk up to him by, tell him to stay. And he'll let me pick him up or corner him or whatever. Okay. I think I want to trim off the excess here. Okay. I think everybody taxes your prize. The world is made on taxes. Okay, got that. I like it. Let's glue that down. Okay. So now that's stuck in there. Okay, so let's go to the sewing machine, and we're going to stitch my journal page so it'll have a pocket. God, he was just having fun. He didn't care about anything else. It's hot out there. All right. Did we get switched? No. Come on, camera. Today, the camera operation is slow. Is it switching? And don't win the lotto option or you're on, they will take your pension away. Oh, no. Okay, so I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch on the front. They want all their money, don't they? I like the way the stitching looks, so since I haven't done a lot today, stitching wise. I may look to see if I have a bigger doily. I have a little one that I got out, but I'm thinking that a bigger one might look good behind that image for Calico Collage. It's one of her older kits called Sweet Elegance. That. All right, let's come back over here. All right. Okay, so here's our pocket on the back. And then the front, I want to put one of these images. I think it's this one. Put that one over there. So I think I have a package of doilies here. This one's a little bit larger, although it just blends right in, doesn't it? But we can add some distress inks to it. Let's do that. I guess I could paint it, but I think I like this. Ah, that's terrible. I don't know. I think I need something else. What else do we need? I feel like I want just some kind of scrap of something. Got another little piece of pink. Oh, you know what? Let's look at flowers and butterflies. That's what I could do. Add labels. I don't think we need other digital images. I have a few flowers in there. I may have a paint strip. I don't think there's any pink. Huh. I wonder if this will go. What about something like that? I don't think that's the right shades. That's more purpley. If I cut that little strip there. Let's see what happens. I think I'm going to take this. Add some distress inks here. I could kind of put it like that on the page. I'm going to glue this piece down first. Bye, Glitter. Thanks for stopping in. I'm going to quit here in a moment. I'm going to finish this journal card portion, at least, to a point. And we will pick up here next week, adding some more layers of papers and whatnots. Okay, I think what I want to do is put that kind of coming out the edge. Thank y'all for being here today, for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate your support. I hope that seeing my project inspires you to create, to get into your creative space, wherever that may be, whether it be a shoebox of items that you pull out on your kitchen table, or a whole big old room that you're blessed to have. Okay, and I think I'm going to put this right here. All right, let's glue this down. I think what I might do next week is look for more fussy cut, my flowers and whatnot. Right, this is going to go on that side. So these items would go in here. And I found this, so I think what I'm going to do is fold it kind of in thirds. And then I can put it in the pocket. And then this whole thing can go in here. Now I need to put something on here. And of course we need to do the other side. But just to kind of go back and show you, we worked on these pages, finished this page set up, and then we worked on this page set that has a variety of pockets. Apparently I dented that one. Got pockets over here. And that was last week, so oh yeah, and then we did this page. And I need to tuck a few things in. And then we're back to this page. So yeah, I need to find some things to put on this lace pocket area, and then build this page up on the other side. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm glad you like it. I hope that it helps you with your designing of your own. Alrighty, well, I guess I'm going to get off here. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. I greatly appreciate your support. I know that we all have busy lives, and thank you for taking the time to come to my live stream and hang out with me for a little while. And like I said, I hope that you're inspired to create and do something fun with the stash of items that you have. And I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to hang out with y'all, and it keeps me motivated to keep creating because of that. So hopefully you enjoy the effort that I put forth to showing you what I'm doing. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Be kind to those out there. We never know what someone else is going through, and just an act of kindness coming from you can make the biggest difference in the world. And you know, say a prayer for your friends and your family, the ones you loved, and the leaders of our nations. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, y'all have an amazing week. Lots of love to each and every one of you. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.